The hall is lit by flickering candles. Their flames dance and sway, casting grotesque shadows on the wooden walls. At the far end of the table sits the bridegroom. His smile is frozen, as if painted on. Beside him, the girl's father beams. He raises his goblet high, announcing his daughter's engagement to the stranger. At the far end of the table, the girl looks down, her throat tightening. Something about him feels wrong, like a corpse under a sheet, like a grave in freshly fallen snow. She walks alone through the forest, a basket of lentils and peas in her arms. She drops them one by one as she moves deeper into the trees. And each pea and lentil that touches the ground is snatched up by waiting birds. When she looks back, the path behind her is gone. The trees seem to lean in, their branches like skeletal hands clawing at the sky. Her breath quickens. In the distance, she sees a house squat in the clearing dot. It watches her with vacant windows, and the girl's steps falter. She wants to turn back, but the forest is a confusing maze. And besides, something compels her forward. The door stands ajar. Inside, the air is heavy, stale, and sweet like decay. On the table, a feast is set, but as she moves closer, she sees that the meat glistens strangely, and the fat has hardened, turned to bone. In the corner, a basin holds something pale, something human floating in water, and the girl steps back, trembling. Then from behind the barrel, she watches him enter. He is accompanied by men and women cloaked in black, their faces hidden. Their laughter is broken, sharp like glass, and they drag a young woman inside, a woman who struggles and screams. The cellar door slams shut. The girl presses herself against the barrel, her eyes wide with terror. Through a crack in the boards, she sees the knife glint in the firelight. She hears the splash of blood and the scrape of metal on stone. The shadows writhe and twist on the wall, taking on grotesque shapes. She covers her mouth with her hand, silent tears streaking down her face. She runs, pushing through the undergrowth, clutching a small golden ring. Branches claw at her and close, but she doesn't dare slow down, not when the sound of her pursuer's laughter echoes through the trees, not when the trees themselves seem to reach out to grab her. At last, she reaches the edge of the woods and collapses beside a stone well. There she stays, hidden and trembling, until the moon climbs high in the sky and the forest is silent. Then she makes her way back to the village, back to the brightly lit hall, where music and laughter spill out the open doors. Inside, the feast is in full swing. The bridegroom smiles proudly, his arm around her father's shoulder. He raises a goblet, and all eyes turn to him, expectant. And the girl hesitates, her fingers tightening on the golden ring. She knows what he will say, what he will do, what he will ask of her. And so she rises slowly, her voice trembling at first, then growing stronger as she tells a story. A story about a house in the woods, about a cellar with blood-soaked stones, about a girl who stumbled and fell, about a secret that should have stayed buried, about blood. Gasps ripple through the hall. She holds up the golden ring, its facets catching the candlelight, and the bridegroom's smile cracks for the first time. But before he can speak, before he can demand or threaten, she stumbles, falling to her knees. She scrambles back, desperate, but it's too late. He rises, his face a mask of fury dot. She turns and runs, bursting through the doors and into the night. She runs until she can run no more, until she collapses in a nearby meadow. There she lies, finally at rest, the moonlight spilling across the floor of the forest. The moonlight spilling across the floor of the old abandoned house, across the table with its half-eaten feast, across the blood-soaked stones of the cellar, across the girl who lies in the corner, who stirs and opens her eyes. Slowly, she turns her head toward the window where a pale face is pressed against the glass. A face with a smile too wide, eyes that do not blink. The window rattles, the night held its breath. And then, nothing but silence.